Alright, in this video, I'm going to do a little bit of a lesson and then we will review some questions, how we use it, okay? So I'm planning to do some Neopard activity at the end of the class. So you can be familiar with the thing and then when we will use the activity later. So this is the chart I drew yesterday for showing correlation coefficient. We use R for the correlation coefficient in math class and statistics class, and little r stands for the number for how it is related to each other. So correlation coefficient can be written as R, and this R is only from -1 to 1. So we are not using all real numbers. We have a -1 and +1. Between those numbers will be used for a kind of a scaled number, okay? Yeah. And I need to make sure you understand correlation does not imply causation. It can be sometimes, but not all the time, okay? So correlation, related to each other. Causation, what does that mean? Causation is the terminology for cause and effect, okay? Because of this, and we have this result. That relation is called causation. So do not conclude too fast. You need to think about any lurking variable or any hidden clue or hidden cause like that, okay? So consider finding all underlying factors before you make any conclusions. So let's think about one example, okay? I have a number of firefighters versus the amount of damage. Are they related to each other? So I need to collect the data and then I need to analyze, right? So let's say Mi-jung conclude that because of the number of firefighters, we have more damages. Can I conclude that? I see more firefighters and I see more damages. Oh, what kind of a conclusion is that, right? It's not, it doesn't make sense at all. So we need to always think about all hidden underlying factors to make a conclusion, okay? So here, number of firefighters, amount of damages. When we collect the number of those data, they are related to each other. But we are not just making causation. Because of this happens. Or because of that, this happens like that, okay? So we need to think about lurking variable or hidden or underlying factors. Series of the fire. Because of that fire incident, we have more firefighters. Because of that fire, we have more damage in the world, okay? Does it make sense? So the big thing is correlation doesn't mean always causation. That is the thing, okay? That was in study guide on GMAS. And I'm going to use this problem for activity today, okay? And here I have selected some questions from the study guide. So we are going to do the activity today. And I'm asking you to do number 1, not just by hand, okay? I want you to use Desmos.com, okay? Desmos graphing calculator to graph box plot and then find out minimum, maximum, median, lower quartile, Q1 from the Desmos and then solve the question quickly. So we can practice. How did we do box plot? Like that, okay? So we will do number 1 and number 2. I have scatter plots here and I'm going to go with you and I will give you a table. So we will read the table values together and we are going to find a best equation. So if we are putting the equations here, since we are working on the screen for GMAS, it could be a little tough, right? If this is on the paper, it is okay to draw on the paper, but it could be tough. So we are going to use Desmos for graphing scatter plot, and then I'm going to use these choices as another graph on the Desmos, and then we will figure it out which one would be the best answer, okay? Number 3, Number 3 look easy, and we will do it now. Which best describes the correlation of the two variables shown in the scatter plot? So x-axis is time, y-axis is distance from the destination. Okay, so all the scatter plots is trending this way. So do we say positive or negative? Positive, negative correlation. Slope of the line is going down, right? If I put a line in the middle of the points like that, this slope is a negative slope, so I go with the negative. How about weak or strong? Would you like to choose weak or would you like to choose strong? So we need to think about no correlation. This is no correlation, okay? And if we have a lot of points near the line, that is strong. So I may go with weak negative correlation. That would be the best answer in this question, okay? So if we have actually the collected data on the number line, we can use a table and we can find the exact value. But this graph is asking you, would you like to say weak or strong? If I have a moderate, I may choose moderate, but there is no moderate, so I will go with weak. It's not that strong, okay? Strong means the number is about 0.9 or negative 0.9, like that. No correlation means number is always 0. So if I have a 0.1, 0.2 or negative 0.1, negative 0.2, that's very weak. Okay, about 0.7 or 0.6, I may say moderate. And direction can go positive or negative. All right, next one, number 4. Which statement describes an example of a causation? Causation, because of that, this happens. That is causation. In other words, cause and effect. In English class or social studies class, okay? Cause and effect. So you are reading A, B, C, D, and then you will find the example of causation. Causation, correlation, it is not always same thing, okay? That was one lesson today. A, when the weather becomes warmer, more meat is purchased at the supermarket. Okay, it may be related, but because of hot weather, we purchase more meat, more picnic. Okay, all right, it can make sense, but it's not always true, right? So let's read all of them and let's pick the best answer. Choice B, the more people go to the mall when students go back to school. More people go to the mall when students go back to school. Okay, back to school sale. Are they talking about that? C, the greater the number of new television shows, the lesser the number of moviegoers. TV shows and movies. Okay. D, after operating costs are paid at a toy shop. As more toys are sold, more money is made. Yeah, I will go with the D, right? Yeah, toy shop, more toys sold, more money is made. There is no reasoning to say backwards, right? So this is always causing the other one, so that's called the causation. Somehow A, B, and C, two events are related to each other somehow, but it's not always because of that, okay? So that's called causation. So correlation doesn't mean always causation. Okay? All right, let's back to number 1. I'll give you time and I'll post the videos and then I will work with you together on Desmos. So let's graph box plot on the Desmos to collect all the numbers quickly. That's high school level, okay? We are not doing middle school level. Find the middle number, we are not doing that, okay? So use Desmos to answer the question. I'll post the video recording here. What was the button? structures. Okay, I'm going to go over number 1 on the Desmos. So I wrote down my answer on the paper so I can use this as a thing. Okay, so on the Desmos, and I did some work with the other group, and let me delete all of them. I need to use this plus button on the left top corner. So left top corner plus button, you can put function or any notes, or you can upload image for what, right? Yeah, let's make a table. So choose the table, and I need to input everything. Oh, this is scatter plot, isn't it? Oh, no, not this one. This is for scatter plot. So not that one. What was it? Right? I have string of numbers. So you need to think about what did we do to graph box plot. I remember box plot was the command, right? But I need to list this as a string, so I'm going to name this list. So let's start with the naming. How about L1? If I have another string of the list, and I'm going to go with L2, L3, like that, okay? So let me use equal sign to define this list of numbers as a list 1. So I need to use bracket. Okay, that's the how we use this Desmos program for box plot. So I need to put the number 44, comma, and 49, comma, with the space, 39, comma, with the space, next number 43, 50, oops, comma, okay. Comma is important to separate the numbers, okay? So put the comma. Space may not important, but I'm putting it because I need to look at it so I can compare it one more time. I have 9 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. Let me check once again. 44, 49, 39, 43, 50, 44, 45, 49, 51. If I put a wrong number, I may end up with the wrong answer, right? So let's have that first. That is the first thing to do, okay? You haven't seen it before, but you may not remember it. So always practice several times before GMAS. And then let's make a box plot. Box plot command is box plot and not the bracket, okay? Just like function. This is function name box plot. So somebody programmed the box plot as a program. So we put input inside. My input is list 1. So that's it. Boom. And oh, I did it, but it's not visible here. What do I need to do? Go near there, okay? The numbers are around 30 something and 50 something. You keep looking at 0 to 20. It should be not there, right? So let's go to the other side. Ta-da! Yes, it's here, right? You can zoom in and zoom out so you can see a better thing. So is this has outlier or not? So you can see, okay? Check or check out. This time, both of them, box plot with the outlier, without outlier, that is the same thing. So check mark means exclude outliers. So in 9th grade Algebra 1 class, we are using box plot without outlier, without. So we exclude outliers, okay? So that's it. And this is going to be my minimum value, maximum value here, middle number, median, and first quartile, and third quartile, upper and lower quartile. So I'm going to screenshot this one, and then let's back to the problem. So let me, it's not visible at the same time. Let me open it again so I can make it copy. It doesn't show it. Okay, I need to minimize it so I can see both of them then. Okay, my minimum is 39. Is it 39? Is it 39? Yes, that's correct. Lower quartile is 44. Is this 44? 41, 42, 43, 44? It's not, right? Okay. Median is 45. That's correct. Maximum is 51. Maximum is 51. That's correct. So we got the answer, right? Make sense? All right, what is correct answer? Correct answer is the choice which is not correct. So we go with not correct. So that will be the answer. Okay. All right, let's keep moving to next question number 2. I'm going to use the calculator, okay, graphic calculator, Desmos. That's why I chose this question. Yes, I can draw the line here. I can think about doing it, but I have a tablet and pen, but you don't. So we are going to use Desmos, okay? So I'm going to make sure, oh, look at my table. I'm going to ask you to graph this scatter plot. On the Desmos, we are putting the scatter plot and then it's labeling as x1 and y1 automatically, right? x1 and y1 automatically. So we can use the regression line command by typing y1 is approximately equal to, so we use tilde for regression line, and mx plus b, so we type mx plus b, but we need to use the same notation, x1, y1. That is how you find the equation quickly on the Desmos, okay? So that's what we talked about yesterday. So let's use ordered pair, and I'm going to use all of the points. So I'm going to make all the table here so we can all type it on the Desmos together, okay? So I will start from left to right and bottom to the top, okay? First order the pair is at 1 and 3, right? So this point, 1 and 3. Next position, 2 and 1. So I'm writing. And next position, 3 and 5. Next position, I have 4, 5, and another one, 4 and 7. Okay, it's not a function, but we can graph scatter plot. Next one, 5 and 7. And next one is 6 and 5. Let me know if I make mistakes, okay? If I put junk and I get junk. 7 and 7. Next one, 8 and 5. And 8 and 8. Okay, and then 9 and 7. 10 and 9. And 11 and 9. So these are the numbers. And I want you to write down this on your paper so you can use it. And plug this in the Desmos scatter plot. And then let's have all of these positions on the Desmos. And then let's use these choices and pick the best answer, okay? When you find best answer, chat to Ms. Zhang using private chat, okay, and share it with me. All right, I'll give you 6 minutes for this problem. I will post recording at this time. All right, let's work question number 2 on the Desmos. Okay, I'm going to move this to the other side so I can work on the other screen. Okay, so I can type everything together. Hold on, it's still small. Let me move it as a whole thing. All right, let's type everything. So I need to remove this, right? It's okay, I will remove it and then I will start adding a table. Okay, so let's put 1. I enjoy typing vertically, so I will put all input numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4, oops, 4, enter, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, another 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, the other column, let's go with 1 and 3, and I'm double checking, okay? 2 and 1, 3 and 5, and 4 and 5, 4 and 7, 5 and 7, 6 and 5, 7 and 7, 8 and 5, 8 and 5, 8 and another 8, and 9 and 7, 10 and 9, 11 and 9. Okay, so I typed. Where is it? Okay, because I move my graph paper is not there, right? Okay, I minimize it, zoom in and out. Okay, I see that. So this is exactly same from the question on the paper, and now I need to look at it, right? So I'm going to try to find the next one first, and then I will see if I can see the choice or not. Okay, so what was it? In the table I use x1, y1, so I'm using the same thing. Okay, y1, and use tilde. Tilde is on the button with this shape, so you need to use shift button and the button in front of number 1. Okay, shift, and this button is in front of number 1, so that's called tilde. So in this Desmos, this is approximately equal to, so we are finding regression line. And then we will type mx plus b, mx, but this x is not just the x, it is x1. So I need to use the same label x1. And then I will put, plus, shift to equal sign, and plus b. And that way you can find the equation. So this is the best fit by using the software here, okay? So if I can choose a best answer from the choice, and that would be the best one, right? So which one is it? So m is given here, that is about 0.6. So instead of going 1, and I'm going with 0.6 as a slope. And what is my y-intercept? It is about 2.44 positive, so answer will be D. Without calculator, without regression formula on the calculator, it is difficult to see it if you type all of those. Okay, so let me compare it with you so I can type all the things. Okay, let me make it smaller so I can see it. So let me hide this best answer. Okay, best answer for this question was choice D, and I'm going to type everything. Okay, choice 1, y equals x plus 2. Okay, next one, choice B, y equals x plus 7. Yeah, that's not good choice, right? All right, the third one, y equals 0.6x minus 0.2. Okay, oops, I put comma there. Okay, 0.6x subtract 0.2, that's the red one, choice C, right? And choice D is equal sign 0.6x plus 2.4. Okay, so choice A, B, C, D is plotted here. Which one is the closest one with this black color here? Okay, number 2. So this is the regression line, and we are choosing the choice D as a best answer. Okay,